Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time of day it is, when you hear this message, I pray that your mind, your heart, your spirit, your body are all poised to receive, to accept, and to respond to words of wisdom. Ashe. So lately, I've been getting a significant uptick in new clients, which is cool. But it's a little problematic. And this is what I mean. These are folks who come and they want to consult Ifa, but they're not quite ready to receive, to accept, and respond to words of wisdom. All right. And so I'm going to characterize these folks in three general buckets. Okay. These are three general buckets of folks that I've been receiving lately. The first category of folks are the ones who are in chaos. Their life is in chaos and they don't know why. They are constantly putting out fires. They got this money problem. They got a conflict with this person. They got a conflict with the next person. They're working and they're just kind of in the treadmill, but it's like hustle and grind, but no progress, no change, no evolution. Okay. It seems like a reasonable time to consult Ifa. It does. But you're a couple of steps shy of readiness to optimize the word of Ifa. Now, key is optimize. I'm not just talking about you going through the motions. I'm talking about you really getting the most out of the experience. If that's where you are, you're just in a state of chaos, you can't seem to figure out why you're in a state of chaos, you're not quite ready. Okay? You're not quite ready. The second general category of people are the ones who are more in the doldrums, right? This is like the person who says, let's get something to eat. And you say, okay, cool. You want Ethiopian food? Nah. You want Italian food? Nah. You want Indian food? Nah. You want Mexican food? Nah. You want Thai food? Nah. You want Greek food? Nah. No matter what you propose, they're just kind of like, nah. Right? And it seems reasonable to consult Ifa at that point because you want someone to point you in the right direction. You want someone to kind of highlight for you, hey, you know what? It's all about this right now. This is where you should give your attention. Okay? It seems reasonable, but no, you're not quite ready. You're not quite ready. Okay? The third category, which is similar to the second category, but there's a significant difference. This is the person who has, if we draw from the second analogy, the person who has all these different kinds of food. They got Mexican, they got Greek, they got Italian, they got Ethiopian, they got Indian. They're all there, but they're looking at the food, and for some reason, they've got reason to doubt. I don't know. The Mexican food looks like it could be a little bit salty, and the Ethiopian food looks like it's a little bit runny, and this looks like it's cold, and that looks like it, and they just got all these reasons to disqualify everything that's been put in place. They're disqualifying it. You got a shrine of this, you were initiated by this one, you went over here with this one, they did this and they did the other, but you just don't have confidence that you should really partake of any of those things, right? And so something, in that nagging doubt, it seems reasonable, right? To say, well, you know what? I'm not sure about all these things. Maybe I should consult Ifa. It seems reasonable. I get it. I understand why you would want to consult Ifa under those conditions, but you're not quite ready. All right? So what I want to do now is I want to take you through what you need to do, the small adjustments you need to make in order to be ready to optimize your experience with Ifa. Okay? Now, this is the Orisha Lifestyle Academy, if you don't know, and I'm your instructor, Obafemi Origunwa. And today I want to share a lesson with you on preparing yourself to optimize Ifa divination. Okay? So, if you're the person who falls into the first category, you're in a state of chaos. Everything is in tumult, and you can't figure out why. Okay? Here's one adjustment that you need to make Before you set an appointment to consult Ifa, you need to look at all your problems. You need to look at all the chaos that's happening in your life. And you need to say, if all of these problems were solved, what would I dedicate my time to? Where would I put my focus? Where would I dedicate my money? What would I invest in? If I didn't have any of these problems, what would I focus on? Okay? And the thing that you come up with is just one thing that you would say, that you would focus on. Not 10 other things that you would focus on. Just one thing that you would focus on. If all these other problems were gone, you were freed of all these problems, and you could just put yourself in one place, where would you focus? That's the question you need to work out. And that thing that you want to focus on, that's what you bring to Ifa. Not all that chaos. Bring your intent. I would focus on this. Okay? For the person who is sort of in the doldrums, you know you need some direction, you know you need some kind of sense of purpose, you know that you need to put your feet on the ground, and you need to go, in a particular way, right? You need to ask yourself, what experience do I really want most urgently right now? What do I really want to experience right now? Is it joy? Is it pleasure? Is it victory? Right? What is it? Is it success? What is the experience that you need to have right now? Most urgently, that would be most meaningful to you right now. Once you're clear about what you would really want to experience, that is the time that you come to Ifa. Okay? And for the person who is just, has all the things in place, you've made certain decisions, you put yourself into a position, but you're just consumed with doubt. You're trying to satisfy this nagging doubt, right? You are almost in the exact same position as the first person who's in chaos. Okay? You need to determine what it is that you want. Okay? That is more powerful than the doubt. Something that you could say, even if my worst suspicions were true, right? This is something that outweighs any of those problems. This is something you learn maybe as a parent. You say, hey, you know what? This thing is a minefield. The relationships you have to navigate, the money you got to come up with, the stress that's involved with it. But raising my child properly is more important than any of these other doubts that I might have about my abilities or about who I'm working with or where I live. None of those things compares to that goal, that objective. If I can look at it and say, at the end of the day, I raised the proper child, I won't be worried about any of those. I can manage any of those doubts, right? So when you can pinpoint what it is that you really are after, you want to accomplish, you want to attain, where you want to go, and that goal is more powerful, it weighs heavier than any of your doubts and fears, that is what you bring to Ifa. Okay? So there are other slight variations that might fall into a combination of the three categories that I just described. But between those three mental shifts that I've suggested, one of those is going to help you to be ready to consult Ifa. So for myself, I can tell you, I don't want to talk to you unless you're clear about what you're trying to accomplish. I don't want to talk to you unless you're clear about what you want to experience. I don't want to talk to you unless you are very certain about, if your problems weren't there anymore, what would you focus your attention on? You got to get clear about those things before you set an appointment with me. Okay? It has to be that way, because otherwise you're not going to optimize your experience. The Ifa will solve your problem. If you're the chaos person and you haven't gotten clear, Ifa will solve your problem and you will go turn right back around and create that problem again and again and again. If you're the person who's in the doldrums, Ifa will pinpoint every facet of what's good for you. All the possibilities. Ifa will tell you, you could go north and it will be like this. You could go south and it will be like that. You could go east or west. And Ifa will give you all the scenarios about what's possible and how it can benefit you. But if you're not committed to some kind of an experience, you're not going to take the journey anyway. If you're the person who's just filled with doubt and you haven't gotten clear about what's more important than your doubt and your fear and your anxiety, Ifa will solve that problem, will remove the thing that creates doubt for you or put everything into a proper context, and you're still going to find some reason to maintain doubt. Ifa was right. And the Ebo manifested. But the Babalawo, you'll find a whole nother reason to have doubt about something else, and you won't complete the mission. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Don't waste my time, right? Take a little step, just that little mental shift that I described, and get more clear. And when you know what you would do if you were free of any problems, if you know what experience you really aspire to, if you know what's more important than your fears and your anxiety, if you can pinpoint any one of those three or all three, that is when you're ready to consult Ifa. Set an appointment. Let's talk, and let's help you start living the medicine that will heal your life and heal the lives of those who you are destined to serve. Abora boye, aboshishe.